Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. Where do you think and or want them to go with Fear the Walking Dead for the second half of the second season? Now, after this episode, the episode 7 of season 2, the mid-season finale, obviously we're going to take a few months off, and then when we return, we're not sure yet, or at least I don't think they're clear if we're going to go back on Abigail or they're going to stay at the compound or out on their own in that area. My question to you guys is, where do you think they will go? Where do you want them to go? Because my opinion, I'm actually thinking about it lately because not only am I really curious, but I've been thinking about how interesting it would be to finally see them go somewhere dirty. And what I mean by that is it's becoming a running joke how clean they look, especially Alicia. She looks like, I see this comment all the time, she looks like she is going on a runway and not on a run in the apocalypse. And it's true. She looks gorgeous all the time. Hair's always perfect, and I never harped on it because they've had shit, you know what I mean? Like, let's look back at the cast in Fear the Walking Dead, the characters, and what they've had to survive. They've had a lot of luxuries, you know? Look back to season 1. During the breakdown of society, they were going into a dark place, and then all of a sudden the military shows up and quarantines the neighborhood. So now they're in a gated community, and when we see them again, it's as if, you know, they're waiting for real life to kick back in again, and they're waiting to solve everything and get back to living the way they used to live, you know? As if this virus was curable, as if this situation was curable. They were in that gated community. I think they were fixing like a washing machine or something, you know, they had a timer and when to do daily activities. You guys know what I mean. From that gated community, they got into some shit and then they got separated, and at that point, once they left, they went right with Strand to his fancy house. They got a little sneak peek at what the world looked like outside of that when they were driving in the truck. And they had other, you know, they had the incident during the breakdown, but they didn't have to live and survive days on end, you know, camped out somewhere or in a community. They didn't have to maneuver through a post-apocalyptic world yet, which I'm not saying they should have. It's understandable. This is the breakdown of society. That's fine. Then they went on a yacht, you know, an awesome yacht. After that, they go to the compound. Are we missing anything? We get the gated community with the government, then we go to Strand's house for like a night or two, and then we get the yacht, and then from there, we get the compound. Yeah, I think if I missed anything, let me know, but do you see what I'm saying? Where they haven't had to live weeks or months out in the wild, out in the open. And again, understandable because this is the breakdown of society. That is fine. But when we go from the compound to what's next, they could either stay at the compound, maybe kill off Celia, I always do that, maybe kill off Celia, maybe take it over, so they can either stay at the compound. Yeah, they could do stuff with that, sure. But I just want them to, I want to see them on the road is what I'm saying, before we settle down. So I feel like the compound shouldn't last. Not through the rest of season 2, but I could be wrong. Okay, so either they stay at the compound or they go back on Abigail. Now Abigail, again, it's a yacht. They have a place to rest their head. There's danger. Absolutely. I'll give them that. There's definitely danger. A storm could wipe them out. Now that's dangerous. You know what I mean? There's sharks and shit in there. Probably, I don't know. Large bodies of water terrify the shit out of me. So I think that's dangerous. It's a predicament I would never want to find myself in. All right, so they could either stay at the compound, go on Abigail. Okay, those are the two more luxurious options. All right. But I want them to go on their own, out in the open, and survive. And I think we have a definite possibility of that happening. Now, Abigail would have to be destroyed. I don't remember them showing us where they docked Abigail. I don't remember them coming off the boat. I just remember they were heading inland, and then they were walking. You know what I mean? So I must be drawing a blank on that, unless they didn't show us. So maybe someone steals Abigail. Maybe, I don't know, the army shows up and takes the boat, because I think they showed interest in the boat when they were doing the trade-off. But anyway, so yeah, let's say something happens to Abigail and something doesn't work at the compound, whether it would have to burn down for them not to be able to stay there, unless they get run out by all the workers. Maybe they can't fight everyone there. Maybe they manage to flee Celia or kill Celia and flee, but regardless, they can't fight everyone at the compound. So let's say they have to leave and go out on the road. That would be a way they would go out on the road. Now, I know nothing about this area, okay? So I don't know where they can navigate to. I don't know what's close. You know what I mean? I just don't know. So I'm just going to leave it pretty general with, I really want to see them surviving somewhere where, every second is a life and death situation. It's out in the open. There's so many unknowns. There's danger around every corner. And I think we are slowly getting into that atmosphere where that is likely. I still want an answer to the border agents. Why were they there? How were they there? Is it better here than it is over there? I still want some sort of answers for that. So with that said, that's what I want to see coming in the second half of season 2. I want to see it so bad because I think it would add some much needed character development, and I'm really excited for the time when that comes. I think that would actually draw in some of the audience that has given up on the show and said, okay, you know what, I can't relate to these characters, they're not likable, yada yada yada. I think if we put them in more dangerous situations and add some more interesting storylines where it's, tension filled episode after episode, I think, there's something they can definitely do there to draw back some of the viewers that stop watching, you know what I mean? With that said, I would love to hear what you guys think. What do you think is coming, and what do you want to come in the second half of Season 2 for Fear the Walking Dead? And also, I'm going to be doing my Fear the Walking Dead Q&A, so go ahead and put some Q&A questions that you want answered down in that comment box for Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm going to try to get those up either tomorrow or the next day. Alright, put those all down in the comment box below. Do not forget to put Q&A before your question. First thing in the comment, because when I'm scrolling down, that's what I'm looking for. Also, if you're new here and you want to read all the rules, the rules, it's not to be strict. It's to help you and me be able to find your questions, and root them out. Also, don't forget to read a bunch of questions. If you want to vote for yours, thumb up the ones that you like, because I like to see what's the most popular questions. It doesn't mean those are the only ones getting answered, but you can read the rules and figure that out. Alright, put all that down in the comment box. Thank you guys a lot. We are now over 75,000 subscribers, on the road to 100K. We're slowing down, but don't worry about it, because soon, come July, we're going to pick right back up again. Thank you for all the support. Put everything down in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.